So, ito yung topic natin ngayon, limits and continuity of functions of several variables. Okay, so gagawa rin ako ng video for yung previous lesson. Ito muna yung una kong gagawin. So, limits and continuity of functions of several variables. Ano ba yung, ano ba ibig sabihin nito? Kasi nag-functions na tayo, papasok na tayo sa concept ng calculus. So, from Math 83, okay, kung naalala, from Math 83, so Math 83 ninyo, the limit of f as x approaches a number a is the limit L, and we write it limit of f of x equal to L as x approaches a. If we can make the values of f very close to L as we like by taking x to be very close to a, but not necessarily equal to A. Yan ang ibig sabihin ng limit. Okay? Yan yung mm, layperson's definition ng limit. Pero kung maalala, using epsilon delta, okay, kasi mag-epsilon delta tayo ulit. Pero hindi na tayo magiging rigorous ng epsilon delta dito. Papakita lang natin kung paano gumamit ng epsilon delta ulit. So, for every epsilon, or for every positive epsilon, there exists a positive delta such that, bubuin nyo to, absolute value of f of x minus L less than delta, or ayoko to eh. Baligtarin natin kasi nag-logic na naman tayo. Limit of f of x is equal to L if and only if for every epsilon, positive epsilon, there exists a positive delta such that if absolute value of x minus a is between 0 and delta, then absolute value of f of x minus L is less than epsilon. Okay? So, kumbaga, ito yung hypothesis part, ito yung conclusion part. Now, i-recall natin kung paano ginagawa to. Ay, hindi pala excited pa. Diba? Wala pang example dito. O, ito muna. Malala natin yung example na to. So, the Math 83, prove using the formal definition of a limit, the limit of 3x is equal to 15 as x approaches 5. So alam naman natin to from Math 83. So log in mo lang yung 5, 3 times 5 equal to 15. Okay. So, paano natin ginagawa yung technique? So, ito muna, dadayain muna natin. Ito yung madayang part. Let epsilon be positive. So, absolute value of 3x minus 15 less than epsilon. Ito yung f of x minus L if absolute value of x minus 5 is between 0 and delta. And then, ang goal mo, lumabas yung absolute value of x minus 5 dito sa part mo to para makahanap tayo ng relationship between epsilon and delta. So, we get here, absolute value of 3 times x minus 5 is less than epsilon if absolute value of x minus 5 is between 0 and delta. In fact, itong part na ito, kinokopya lang. So, ito kailangan natin i-manipulate talaga. So, labas natin yung 3. So, we get absolute value of 3 multiplied by absolute value of x minus 5 is less than epsilon. Divide both sides by, so itong part na to, ito equal lamang sa 3. So, absolute value of x minus 5 is less than epsilon over 3 if absolute value of x minus 5 is between 0 and 5. So, notice here, meron na tayong inequality na less than epsilon over 3 at may inequality tayo rito na less than delta. That way, meron na tayong relationship na makikita between delta and epsilon. Namely, that would be delta. We can take delta to be equal to epsilon over 3. That way, we can now perform yung what do you call this one? Formal version. Ito yung formal way of writing na. For every epsilon, there exists a delta equal to epsilon over 3 such that if 0 or absolute value of x minus 5 is between 0 and delta, then, okay, so medyo nagmadali na dito, pero sige, ipakita natin. absolute value of 3x minus 15 is equal to absolute value of 3 times x minus 5 is equal to absolute value of 3 times x minus 5. Parang inuulit lang natin yung computation nung sa color black font. 3 times x minus 5. Tapos, pero, itong part na yan, less than delta. So, less than 3 delta. Pero itong delta part equals epsilon over 3. So, equal 3 times epsilon over 3. Cancel, cancel, equal epsilon. So, nakita mo, equal. This is equal to this, is equal to this, is equal to this, but less than this. Equal, na, eto naman equal doon, na equal doon. Chain, may, nag-chain yung ano. So, in effect, this is less than this. Yun. Kaya yun lang. Parang shinortcut ko lang. Pero, hindi naman kasi tayo mag-delta epsilon masyadong sa 85. Ano na to? Review lang natin kung paano from here na-achieve natin itong epsilon. Okay? Okay. So, yun yung review natin ng Math 83. Now, ano naman yung epsilon delta definition for two variables? At napapasok na tayo sa concept ng Math 85. So let f be a function of two variables whose domain D include, so kailangan natin ng ano dito kasi pag may function ka, kailangan mo ng domain. Natin naman yun. Now, it includes points arbitrarily close to the, hindi to interval to the point A, comma, B. Ito yung x-coordinate. Ito yung y-coordinate. Okay. Now, we say that the function or that the limit of f as x comma y approaches the point A comma B is L, and we write ito na, limit of f of x comma y is equal to L as x comma y approaches A comma B. Kanina x approaches A lang, no? Pero ngayon, a point approaches a point. Pero a function approaches a number. Number lang ito. Ito yung z natin. Okay? Pero ito, coordinates na talaga. Ito yung definition. If for every epsilon, there exists a positive delta such that if, ito munang part na to, if x minus y is in the domain and ito na yung counterpart nung may delta. Kanina, absolute value of x minus a lang, less than delta. Pero ito yung mas general. It would be square root of x minus a squared plus y minus b squared is between delta and 0. In fact, pag bumalik tayo sa one-dimension version, tatanggalin mo itong y minus b squared, matitira x minus a squared square root. Pero ano ba ang square root of squared? Pag magka-cancel to, pero papalitan mo ng absolute value. Diba? Ang square root of squared, absolute value. Alala, square root of x squared ay absolute value of x. Okay, so makukuha natin yung definition. This is a one-dimension version. Now, kapag na-satisfy to, then absolute value of f of x minus f of x comma y minus L is less than epsilon. Okay. Now, tignan nyo to. Itong part na ito, ay ano natin, bigyan natin ng geometric interpretation. Ano sinasabi ng for every epsilon part na to? Ang sinasabi, kasi itong epsilon, it corresponds to f and L. So, ito yung nasa z-axis lang. Dahil nasa z-axis lang kayo, ang z-axis, one dimension lang. One dimension line lang. So sabi dito, Dahil one-dimension line lang siya, for every interval, yan, may interval ka. For every interval with the radius epsilon or diameter 2 epsilon. So ito kasi yung z-axis mo. Ito yung L mo. Tapos, meron kang radius epsilon. Radius yan. Ito yung haba ng interval mo. Or diameter mo. 2 epsilon. So meron kang etong dulo ng interval mo, L plus epsilon. Etong dulo sa ibaba, L minus epsilon. Sinasabi, kapag yung x minus a mo malapit na malapit sa AB, yung, ito yung L, yung functional value niya, ito yung f of AB, malapit na malapit kay L. Ito yung sinasabi. Or pasok siya sa loob ng epsilon na ito. Yung value na yon. Pag malapit, yung AB, kay X. Ay, pag malapit, sorry, baliktad. X, Y pala. Si L, yan, not necessarily yan yung f of AB. Not necessarily, ha? Kasi baka may butas. Ang sinasabi lang, kapag si X, Y malapit na malapit kay AB, yung value niya, Z value, f of X, Y, malapit na malapit kay L. At pasok yung or ano ibig sabihin ng malapit na malapit, yung value na yon, Z value, pasok siya sa L plus epsilon to L minus epsilon. Yun yung sinasabi ng, so, ibig sabihin ng there exists a delta, there exists a disk. Kanina, ano rin, no? Dito, um, kasi dito, one dimension, L, yung f of x malapit dito. Tapos, si, eto si A, si x, nasa loob ng A plus delta, A minus delta. Pero this time kasi, dalawang coordinates na kayo. So, hindi na kayo interval na lang. Disk na kayo. Okay. So, ano natin, i-clarify natin yung geometrically mamaya ang ibig sabihin. Okay. Before we go to our geometry, atin muna yung mga remarks, we have an analogous definition for the limit of functions of several variables. Hindi lang dalawa, pwedeng tatlo, apat, and so on. Now, a function f need not be defined at a comma b for the limit to exist. So, yun yung sinabi ko kanina, pwede yung L hindi equal sa f of a comma b. Alam natin ito from P3 on. Kasi pag equal, ito yung tinatawag natin continuous. Pero, pwedeng hindi siya equal, the limit exists pa rin. Now, the above definition means that we can make f as close to L as we like by taking x comma y very close to a comma b. Okay. Tingnan natin yung geometry nun. Yun. So, wala na tayo sa interval kasi. Wala na dito yung point of view natin. Nasa XY plane na. So, ibig sabihin nito, meron kang last time or no Math 83, ito lang yung A, ito yung A minus delta, ito yung A plus delta. Dito lang tayo kumukuha ng X. Tapos titignan mo sana yung image niya sana papasok sa, yung f of x papasok na malapit sa L. Pero dito, disk na siya. Kasi kukuha ka na ng arbitrary point A, B. Tapos, may mga points ka na x, y na malapit kay AB. Okay. Ito pala yung AB pala. Sorry. Ito yung AB, yung black. Tapos, ito yung x, y. Malapit na malapit yung x, y kay AB. So, kaya disk. Ibig sabihin, yung distance niya, okay, distance niya, mas maliit sa radius ng disk. Kasi pag mas malaki yung distance niya sa radius ng disk, nasa labas na siya. Halimbawa, delta plus 1, nasa labas na siya, nandito na siya. So, hindi natin may ensure na papasok yung value niya dito sa part na to. So, yun yung gusto natin mag-guarantee na pag within delta distance or mas maliit sa delta yung distansya nilang dalawa, papasok yung value, yung yung z value niya malapit sa limit. Okay? So, this na ngayon ang gagalawan natin. And so, magpapakita tayo ng computation mamaya. So, actually, ito na, papakita tayo ng computation kung paano ginagawa. So, we have here the first example. Now, medyo mahirap mag-delta epsilon. Mahirap naman talaga mag-delta epsilon. So, uh, awang ko kasi hindi mo ako ang laboratory. Pero hindi ako gagawa ng exam. Si Jaxie, lecture gagawa ng exam. So, hindi ko alam kung paano nila i-imply yung exam na yun. So, use the definition of the limit to prove that limit of 4 squared of x squared plus y squared as x comma y approaches 0, 0 is equal to 0. Okay, kasi ano yung una nating ginagawa kapag nagli-limit? Nga pala, hindi pala tayo nagli-limit. Pero ano yung unang hunch natin pag nagli-limit tayo from Math 83? Unang hunch natin, we plug it in. So yung x, papalitan mo ng 0, yung y, papalitan mo ng 0. So 4 squared of 0 squared plus 0 squared, we obviously get 0. Okay? So 0 mo talaga. Ipoprove talaga natin siya na siya ay 0. Okay, para ipoprove. So ibig sabihin, bubuin natin yung katulad nung itong ginawa natin dito. Okay. So dadayain natin, pero ito yung ito na yung susundan natin bago na. Tingnan natin may solution dito. Ayan, mas baka. So let epsilon be positive. Absolute value of f of x minus y minus L is less than epsilon if square root of x minus 0 squared plus y minus 0 squared is between 0 and delta. Okay. So ang goal mo ulit, makahanap ng relationship between delta and epsilon. So etong part na to, katulad nung technique natin sa Math 83, you don't need to manipulate this part here. You just leave it as it is. So, well, basically, not just leave it as it is. Simplify mo naman ang concept. So, x minus 0 squared, that is x squared. Y minus 0 squared, that is y squared. So, square root of x squared plus y squared is between 0 and delta. Tapos, fill in mo to. That would be 4 square root of x squared plus y squared minus 0 is less than epsilon. Now, ang goal mo, lumabas ulit ito dito sa part na to. Maghanap lang tayo ng relationship between delta and epsilon. So 4 squared of x squared plus y squared minus 0 is definitely equal to absolute value of 4 squared of x squared plus y squared. Itong part na ito. Ay, sorry. Wala yung inequality dito kasama. Yun lang yun. Lalabas yung 4, obviously, kasi absolute value of 4 ay 4 lang. So we get square root of x squared plus y squared is less than epsilon. Pero dahil ito, square root of x squared plus y squared, it's always non-negative, pwede mo i-drop yung absolute value. Okay? So you get this. Parang kasi gusto mo na lumabas to eh. Kaya maghahanap ka talaga ng reason para matanggal ito. So you get 4 squared of x squared plus y squared is less than epsilon. Ayan na, nakikita na ninyo. Divide both sides by 4, you get this one here. And so, meron kang part na to, at meron kang part na to, may relationship ka na between delta and epsilon. What do we choose? Take delta to be equal to epsilon over 4. That way, ayan na. That way, for every epsilon, there exists a delta equal to epsilon over 4 such that if 0 or if square root of x minus 0 squared plus y minus 0 squared is between 0 and delta, then, ito naman, shinortcut ko na naman. Absolute value of 4, ito yan. 4 squared of x squared plus y squared minus 0 is equal, uh, expand natin, is equal to absolute value of 4 squared of x squared plus y squared. Nawawala. May nakaharap pa. This will be equal to square root of, ayun yung ginagawa ko. Is equal to absolute value of 4 square root of x squared plus y squared is equal to 4 square root of x squared plus y squared. Absolute value pa pala. Is equal to 4 square root of x squared plus y squared. This time, ito na, gamitin na natin itong part na to. Less than 4 delta is equal to, itong part na to na, 4 times epsilon over 4. Cancel to is equal to epsilon. So, napakita mo na ito ay less than epsilon. So, na-prove talaga natin, use a rigorous way, na indeed, ang limit nito as x comma y approaches 0, 0 is indeed 0. Okay? So, rigorous talaga yung ano natin, unang attack natin. Na, meron pa ba dito? Okay, so ibig sabihin nito, um, kapag yung, ibig sabihin sa part na to, for instance, if we want to make 4 squared of x squared plus y squared to be yung image ni etong image na to, ito yung z value to be within a distance of 0.001 from 0, then from the proof, dapat yung x comma y within 0.0025 yung distance niya. Ibig sabihin, dapat si x comma y, ang distance niya sa 0.025 yung layo niya. Yun yung maximum nung ano natin, nung maximum delta natin. Kung 0.01. Kumbaga, ito yung error. Kaya epsilon, yun yung error na makukuha natin. Pag ito yung small error for x, ito yung magiging small error for z. Ay, sorry. Ito yung small error for x and y. Ito yung small error natin for z. Okay? Okay, let's have this. I think ito na yung last one. Limit of 3x plus 2y as x comma y approaches 1 comma 1 is equal to 1. Tingnan natin. If we plug in 1, we get 3 times 1 plus 2 times negative 1. We get 3 minus 2. Indeed, it's 1. Hindi pa rin napuprove. Puprove natin talaga na 1 talaga siya. So, paano natin gagawin? Yun lang. Ito kasi hindi na siya 0, 0, no? So we get here, absolute value, let epsilon be positive. Absolute value of f of x minus L is less than epsilon if square root of x. So ano yung point natin dito? 1 comma negative 1. So x minus 1 squared plus y minus negative 1 squared. So y plus 1 squared. Okay? So yun lang, itong part na to, wala na, mas simplify dyan. Hindi siya katundong zero, no, na pwede mong tanggalin lang. So ito, leave it as it is. Then, just manipulate this part here. So we have here, 3x plus 2y minus 1. 3x plus 2y minus 1 is less than epsilon. Okay, ang goal mo lumabas ito. Ito yung dayang technique na gagawin natin. Paano lalabas itong mga square na ito sa linear? Linear lang ito eh. Kasi ito quadratic. So ito yung parang mind-boggling part dito. So gagawin natin, kakalasin na, kasi gusto mo magkahiwala yung x tsaka y. So paghihiwalay mo yung x tsaka y. 3x minus 3 plus 3 plus 2y plus 2 minus 2. Yung minus 1, yung sa labas. So i-group mo itong dalawang to, 3x minus 3, para maging kamukha mo. 2y plus 2. Medyo hawig din ito. And then yung 3, negative 2, negative 1. Pagsamahin mo itong tatlo ito. Negative 1 plus 3 plus 2. So we get here, minus 0. And this part, magiging 3x minus 3 or 3 times x minus 1 plus 2 times y plus 2 or 2 times y plus 1. So, or simplifying, you get 3 times x minus 1 plus 2 times y plus 1. So, medyo naging hubig niya na. Now, notice here, may nakalagay chi. I-explain natin later on to sa siya magamit. So, lalabas yung 3, right? That's times absolute value of x minus 1 plus 2 times absolute value of y plus 1 is less than epsilon. May explanation to later on. And it comes from the idea of triangle inequality. Yung triangle inequality, if you have leg 1 plus leg 2, okay? Ay, sorry, baligtad. Leg 1, absolute value, plus leg 2, mas malaki sila kaysa sa hypotenuse. Or ito yung absolute value of A plus absolute value of B is greater than C. Pero itong C part, ito lang yung absolute value of A plus B. Tawa, absolute value of 1 plus absolute value of negative 1, may equal sign pala dito. So, is greater than or equal to the absolute value of 1 plus negative 1. Kasi 1 plus 1 is greater than or equal to absolute value of 0. So, ito yung triangle inequality. And i-reveal niya ito mamaya sa formal way of writing natin. Pero ito yung technique kapag linear yung na-obtain mo kasi dito quadratic. So, yung cheat natin, gagamitin natin yung triangle inequality, labas yung 3, absolute value of x minus 1 plus 2 times y plus 1 is less than epsilon. Okay. Pero saan equal ang absolute value of x minus 1? That is square root of x minus 1 squared plus 2 times y plus 1. Square root of y plus 1 squared. Okay, another cheat. Talagang, kailangan mo kasi yung lumabas to eh, itong part na to eh. So far, parang, andun pa lang, nog na. So, what you do here is we can express this or mamaya, may explanation ulit to. 3 times square root of x minus 1 squared plus y plus 1 squared plus 2 times ito, lalagyan mo naman siya ng x minus 1 squared plus y plus 1 squared is less than epsilon. If, tingnan mo, kinokopya lang natin. At dahil pareho na sila nitong part na ito, we can now add them. 3 plus 2, we get 5. Square root of x minus 1 squared plus y plus 1 squared is less than epsilon. And finally, we get this part here. So we take delta to be equal to epsilon over 5. Okay, ayan na. So dito natin ma-reveal sa formal part itong mga sheet na ginawa natin, which will make sense. Okay. Okay. So for every epsilon, positive epsilon, there exists delta equal to epsilon over 5 such that if the square root of x minus 1 squared plus y plus 1 squared is between 0 and delta, then the absolute value of 3x plus y minus 1 is equal to, kumbaga i-work down natin ulit ito. So, absolute value of 3x minus 3 plus 3 plus 2y plus 2 minus 2 minus 1. Pagsamahin itong dalawang ito, 3 times x minus 1. Pagsamahin itong dalawang ito, times 2 times y plus 1. Then 3 minus 2 minus 1, we get 0. And then, by the triangle inequality, ito yon. Ito yung unang cheat natin. Okay? Less than or equal to 3 absolute value of x minus 1 plus 2 times y plus absolute value of y plus 1. So, etong part na to, equal lang siya dito. Tapos, etong part naman na to, kasi nagsingit tayo ng x, dito sa part, nagsingit tayo ng extra value. Ang y plus 1 squared, it's always non-negative. So, pag dinagdagan mo to ng non-negative sa loob, lalaki lang ito. Ito naman, dinagdagan mo siya ng x minus 1 squared, which is another non-negative value. Pag nilagyan mo siya dito sa loob, mas lalaki ito. Kaya, less than or equal to. Less than or equal to, dahil pareho na sila, add mo na lang. 5 is equal to 5 squared of x minus 1 squared plus y plus 1 squared. Pero itong part na ito, less than delta, pero ang delta equals sa epsilon over 5. And there, you're able to cancel epsilon. Ay, 5 pala. And you get epsilon. So, ito yon. Kumbaga, pinalakad na, unlike siya ng previous example na isang less than lang yung lumabas, dito, ang daming less than ang lalabas. Triangle inequality, dagdag bawas, epsilon, delta part. So, parang ang daming daya kapag linear. Kala mo madali kapag linear, no? Mas mahirap siya pag linear. Okay? So, ito, ayan yung technique natin. Okay, a question? O, kaya pa? O, break muna. O, kaya pa? Okay. So, now, very formal to. Of course, sinabi ko, kumbaga, ang epsilon delta, last resort mo talaga siya. In any type of situation, last resort mo siya gagamitin kapag kailangan mo talaga ipakita na the limit exists or does not exist. Dito sa part na to ng Math 85, mas madaling magpakita that the limit does not exist. Mas madaling magpakita nito. Pero kung ang limit nag-e-exist at hindi kayo ma-convince ng plug-in method, or better yet, oo yeah, pag hindi kayo ma-convince ng plug-in method, you really have to use epsilon delta. Pero iiwasan natin yun. Kaya as much as possible, ipakita ninyo ang ng limit does not exist. Ito yung pinakamaganda. Kasi pag ang limit does not exist, you don't need to go for it. You don't need to use the epsilon delta route. So, let's have the following theorems. First, the limit theorems for functions of one variable have natural analogs for functions of two variables. Suppose f and g are functions of two variables such that limit of f of x comma y is equal to L as x comma y approaches a comma b, and limit of g of x comma y is equal to n as x comma y approaches a to b. Then the following statements hold. Ang limit ng sum ay sum lamang ng limits. So L plus M. Limit ng product, product ng limits. Hindi product rule class, ha? Limit pa lang to. At ang limit ng quotient, quotient ng or ratio ng limits. L over M provided that M is not equal to 0. And so the remark, pato lang, madali lang siya. Ito plus or minus yan ha. Plus or minus. So remark, the theorem also extends to functions of more than two variables. So pwedeng x, y, z yan, x, y, z, w, and so on. Okay, so notice ang hirap magpakita talaga na the limit exists. No? So gagamit na tayo ng mga theorems. Ito yung first theorem na gagamitin natin. And of course, familiar ito from Math 83 kasi analog lang ito. So a polynomial function of two variables is a sum of terms of the form c multiplied by x to the power m times y to the power n, where c is a constant and m and n are non-negative numbers or integers. Sorry. A rational function is a ratio of two polynomial functions. So here's our first theorem or technique on how to evaluate limits. If f is a polynomial function or a rational function and a comma b is in the domain of f, then ang limit lamang ng f of x comma y as x comma y approaches a to b, yung ginagawa natin, just substitute. So you get f of a comma b. So, bawa, pag polynomial or rational, this technique works. So, limit of 3x plus 2y as x comma y approaches 1 comma 1 It's indeed equal to 3 times 1 plus 2 times negative 1. Plug in lang yung 1, negative 1 dito, we get 1. Ayun yung nakuha natin. And then pag hindi kayo convinced na talagang 1 yan, saka kayo mag-epsilon delta. Okay? Pero by this theorem, it guarantees na 1 talaga ang sagot. How about limit of 5x plus 4 over 7? Uh, 5x plus 4 over 7xy squared minus 3 as x comma y approaches 4 comma 0. So, favorite part, substitute. 5 times 4 plus 4, papalitan mo to. And then, itong part na to, 7 times 4 times 0 squared minus 3. Simplify, itong taas na to, that would be 24 over, ito 0 over negative 3 is equal to negative 3. Okay? So, the theorem, sorry, okay. The theorem also extends to polynomial and rational functions of n variables. Okay? So, okay. Ang tanong, may mga pilosopo minsan, paano daw kapag 0 over 0 ang nakuha? O hindi pwede gumamit ng L'Hopital's rule dito ha. Ang L'Hopital's rule is only for one variable, x approaches 4. Okay? Kasi ito, two variables na to. Wala tayong concept na dinidifferentiate pa so far ang dalawang variables. Okay, so hindi mag-a-apply dito ang L'Hopital's rule kung ito ay 0 over 0 ha. Ibang technique ang gagamitin natin. Okay. Now, here's the next technique. Ito yun. Uh, Parang ito yung L'Hopital's rule na. Ito yung first technique. Suppose that the domain of G is a subset of the domain of F or mas malaki ang domain of G kaysa sa domain of F. Ibig sabihin, may mga nagpapa-undefined dito kay F na pwedeng hindi nagpapa-undefined kay G. And suppose that D contains points arbitrarily close to AB. If G of x comma y is equal to f of x comma y for all x comma y in the capital domain D, and limit of g of x comma y is equal to L as x comma y approaches A comma B, then yung pag dahil equal lang naman sila at yung mga points dito arbitrarily close lang naman. Kasi itong si AB not necessarily nasa domain ni F. Pero pwedeng si AB nasa domain ni G. Pero sinasabi lang naman dito kapag necessarily close, kapag equal or almost equal kayo, yung value limit ni F as x comma y approaches AB, i-adopt niya rin yung limit ni L. Yun ang sinasabi lang dito. Kung subset ng domain ng F si domain ng G. Okay, very abstract. Tingnan natin, ano yung example niya. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na paano kapag naka-encounter ko ng internet. So, if you substitute 0 to the power 4 minus 0 to the power 4 over 0 squared plus 0 squared, you indeed get 0 over 0. You don't use L'Hopital's rule. Hindi kayo mag-4x cubed minus 4y cubed over 4x squared plus 4y squared. Wala yan, okay? Hindi yan L'Hopital's rule. Instead, we rely on old techniques parang ginagamit natin mula high school and math 83. So you factor the numerator, x to the power 4 minus y to the power 4. Kasi dito, sino bang nagpapa-zero? Yung etong part na ito yung delikadong part na 0 squared plus 0 squared. So ito yung gusto mong ma-cancel out. So x to the power 4 minus y to the power 4, you can express it as the product of x squared minus y squared multiplied by x squared plus y squared. And with that in mind, pwede mo na siya i-cancel. So we get limit of x squared minus y squared as x comma y approaches 0, 0. So plug in mo lang 0 squared minus 0 squared, we indeed get 0. Okay? Fun naman, di ba? Ito, again, ang hindi L'Hopital's rule. Itong technique na to, paulit-ulit lumalabas ito later on. Okay. Now, ito na yung sinasabi ko. Mas madaling magpakita that the limit does not exist versus that the limit exists. From Math 83, if limit of f of x is equal to L as x approaches A, then we know, ito yung theorem natin. Sinasabi, kung gusto mo there's a way to show this limit is equal to L. Ipakita mo na yung limit ni f as x approaches A from the left is equal to L, at ang limit naman ni f as x approaches A from the right is also equal to L. So dapat equal yung limit from the left and from the right then. So, eto kasi yung ano lang natin, eto yung x-axis lang. So we're approaching A coming from the left and coming from the right. Tapos, um, ano lang, equal to small, investigate mo lang or observe mo yung behavior ng dalawang directions dito. So it follows that if the limit of f as x approaches A from the left is not equal to the limit of x as x approaches A from the right, then the limit of f as x approaches A does not exist. Okay? Very familiar from that. Now, ito yung medyo mind-boggling sa akin. Now, there are infinite way. Hindi lang left and kapag meron ka, ito na kasi yung ano natin, domain part natin. XY plane na. So, meron kang point A, comma B dito. You cannot just approach AB coming from the left and coming from the right. May marami pa yan. May coming from the north, coming from the south, coming from northeast, coming from southeast, coming jiggling from somewhere else. Okay, so ang daming directions. In fact, there are infinite pathways going to that point. Hindi katulad dito, dalawang pathways lang, left and right. Pero ito, infinite na. So, ito yung sinasabi lang dito. Ang sinasabi, kung gusto mo gumawa ng analog dito, the limit exists if for any path na piliin mo, dapat yung limit along that path equal silang lahat. Equal dito, equal dito, equal dito, equal dito, equal dito. It will take you a lifetime to prove that. Okay? Na isa-isa mo na infinite pathways yan sa katutak na. Infinite pathways. So, kaya doon nagpo-fall yung you don't use this method, yung pathway method, pag nagpo-prove ka that the limit exists. This will be synonymous to epsilon delta. Okay? Kasi infinite it doesn't make sense. So, ang gagawin mo, ito ang imimimik natin. Sabi daw dito, kapag yung limit mo from the left and from the right are not equal, the limit does not exist. So, using that same idea, humanap ka lang ng dalawang pathways na kung saan yung limit nila hindi equal, automatic, the limit does not exist. Yun yung gagawin natin ito. So comparable to one-sided limits, we consider the limit of a function as x comma y approaches A comma B along a curve or a path. So ano ba ibig sabihin nito? Nag-limit ka along a curve or a path. So let's have the following definition first. So ito na yung mga inaral natin from Math 84. Papasok na yung concept ng uh, parametrization, smooth curves, and so on. So, um, hindi ko ito na-point out sa Math 84 ninyo kasi kumbaga yung Math 84 sahong-sahong siyang topic, no? Hindi mo maintindihan kung bakit. So ito na, magka-consolidate na lahat ng knowledge natin from Math 83 and Math 84. Consolidate or i-collect na natin lahat sa Math 85. So there are two parts here. The first part is atong statement na to. Let C be a smooth curve with parametric equations. X equal to h comma t, h of t, and y is equal to g of t with h of t naught is equal to a and g of t naught is equal to b. So, nag-aral tayo ng concept ng smooth curve or ng mga curves, yung mga favorite nila limason, mga cardioid, mga yun. Ang goal talaga nila, ang goal talaga ng mga limason cardioid na yon, it is to generalize the concept of interval. Kasi eto, x approaches a positive, x approaches a from the left, intervals yung mga yan. Okay? Pero this time, gina-generalize mo na sila into curves. At dahil usapang curve ito, pag may curve ka, meron ka laging parametric equations that represent them. Okay? So, meron ka ditong curve. Ito na yung interval mo. That's a curve. You have to represent it by a parametric equation. Yun yung gamit talaga. Ba't tayo nag-parametrization sa matrix before? Kasi, yun yung magiging pangalan ng interval. So may pangalan na ngayon yung interval natin. Now, ano magiging silbi yung z part? The limit of f as x comma y approaches a comma b along the curve c is given by, okay, limit of f of x comma y as x comma y approaches a comma b along c. Ang mangyayari, itong x, kasi it is equal to h of t, papalitan mo siya ngayon ng h of t. Yung y, papalitan mo ng g of t. Kumbaga, nagpakilala ka talaga ng independent parameter. And dahil t na yung bago nating independent variable, this part here is now reduced to t approaches to t naught. Kasi yung a comma b, it corresponds to t naught. A comma b corresponds to t naught. Okay. Mamaya may example tayo para pakita natin yung machinery ng technique na ito. So, if the smooth curve is given by y is equal to psi of x, then limit. So ano lang no, kumbaga dito nagpapakilala ka talaga ng independent variable t, bagong independent parameter. On the other hand, dito naman, si x ang ginawa mong independent parameter. Si y, siya na yung dependent parameter. So, limit of f of xy as xy approaches AB is equal to limit si x, siya yung ititira natin, independent parameter, comma, psi of x. At tapos si x, nag-approach kay A. Si x kasi yung fix natin. Dito si t, ang fix. Kaya hinanap mo pa yung t naught na nagko-correspond kay AB. Dito, ang nagko-correspond na talaga kay x, si A. So x approaches A. And naging one, ano na lang to. Dito, this is a function of one variable, t. Ito, function of one variable na lang siya. X na lang. Similarly, if the smooth curve C is given by x is equal to, diba to sa? Phi pala sila pareho. Phi rin pala to, phi. Ba't ako nag-psi? Phi of y, then, si y naman yung independent variable mo. Limit of f of x comma y as x comma y approaches AB along C. So, etong y, yung independent variable natin, papalitan mo yung y, ay i-retain mo yung y, si x yung papalitan mo. So, psi of phi of y. Okay? Phi of y. And dahil si y, nag-approach siya kay p. So, ito ngayon, function of one variable na lang siya. F of y na lang. So, let's look at an example. Let f of xy equal to x squared minus y squared over x squared plus y squared. Find the limit of f of x comma y as xy approaches 0, 0, where c is the following. Ito yung mga ano natin, curves natin. Notice here, kung in-ignore natin yung c, pag pinag mo yung 0 dito, ano makukuha mo? 0 squared minus 0 squared over 0 squared plus 0 squared, 0 over 0. Okay, yun yung unang technique, di ba? Plug in. Now, it doesn't work. Hindi pwede mag-L'Hopital's rule pa. So, gamitin mo to. Magagamit mo kaya itong next technique na ito. Ayan, mayroon na tayong algorithm na pwedeng gawin. Magagamit mo ba to? So, looking at this one here, ang factorization ng x squared minus y squared ay x minus y times x plus y over x squared plus y squared. Clearly, wala kang makakancel. So, hindi. So, ayan yung mga magiging kutob ninyo na the limit might not exist. Kasi if the limit really exists, mag-epsilon delta kayo. Dito, hindi niyo mapakita na kung ano yung limit na pinupuntahan niya, kung zero nga ba or one. So, wala pa kayong punch. Hinahanap pa lang yung sagot. So, titingnan natin along C. So, ito yung parang baga third technique. The first technique, plug in. Second, pag hindi gumana, second technique, kung maka-cancel. Third technique ito, along C. So, ito yung first one natin. X is equal to 3 and Y is equal to t squared. So, tingnan natin. I-check nyo muna, katulad ng Math 84 natin, if this one, it indeed pass along or dumadaan talaga sa 0, 0. Kasi kung hindi naman dumadaan ito sa 0, 0, itong curve na ito, kasi kung ito yung 0, 0, ito yung curve mo, it doesn't, walang sense. Kailangan, dumadaan talaga siya sa 0, 0. Kasi kung ito yung kinuha mo, random curve lang, walang sense yon. So dapat, i-check mo muna. Indeed, the parametric curve C, x of t equal to t, y of t equal to t squared given by this parametric equation, it passed through the point 0, 0. Kasi, okay, ano yung counterpart niya? Kung ang x, y mo, ito yung x, ito yung y, ano yung magbibigay na value ng t? So, 0 ito. 0 ang x. 0 ang y. Ano ang value ng t natin? Ito ay t. Ito ay t squared. Ito yung x, ito yung y. Pero ang x, y equals to t at t squared, it will force you to have t is equal to 0. So, indeed, if t is equal to 0, meron tayong kumbaga time. At time t is equal to 0, yung particle mo nasa point 0, 0. Dumaan talaga siya. So, meron tayong counterpart. Kailangan mahanap mo yung counterpart t is equal to 0. Yun yung dahilan kung bakit medyo mahirap itong technique na ito. Mas madali itong technique na ito, itong dalawang ito later on. So, hahanapin mo pa kasi itong counterpart nito. So, once you show na dumaan ito, balik ka dito. So, this x, kasi, will be replaced by x is equal to t, and this y will be replaced by t squared. So, we get here t squared minus t to the power 4. On the other hand, ganun din dito, t squared plus t to the power 4. Pero, etong x, y approaches 0, 0, it will now be replaced by t approaches 0. Kasi yung nagpo-correspond na t dito ay 0. And ano nangyari? So, meron ka na dito limit of one variable na lang. So, pag nag-plug in ka, we get 0 minus 0 over 0 plus 0. So, pwede ka na mag-L'Hopital's rule dito sa part na yan. Kasi isang variable na lang. Pero, huwag natin bubugin lagi yung L'Hopital's rule. Pwede mo factor out dito ang t squared multiplied by 1 minus t squared all over t squared times 1 plus t squared. Cancel to. So we are left with 1 minus t squared over 1 plus t squared as t approaches. Pag pinag in natin yung 0, what do we get? We get 1. Next, an equation of the y-axis is along the x-axis. Ang tanong, ang x-axis ba dumadaan sa 0, 0? Yes. Ito ang 0, 0. Ito ang x-axis. Ang x-axis ay special curve na dumadaan sa 0, 0. So, kumbaga, pag ginamit yung itong technique na ito, yung techniques used along a curve, it's always, kapag origin yung given, 0, 0, it's always beneficial to check the x-axis siya o y-axis. Kasi yun yung parang pinakamadali. Yung mga itong mga axis na to. Kapag dumadaan sa 0, 0. Okay. So, the x-axis, ang equation dyan, y is equal to 0. So we have here, we just write this one, limit of x squared minus y squared over x squared plus y squared. As x comma y approaches 0, 0 along C, etong C will replace it by along x-axis. Okay. Kopyahin lang ito, walang magbabago. Pero ano ba itong along x-axis? Along x-axis corresponds to y is equal to 0. So what happens here is, you replace the y's by 0, okay? And then yung x, i-rating mo lang. Hindi siya magbabago. Pero dito, kasi yung y, inequate mo na talaga sa 0. So ito, matatanggal na yan. Si x na lang yung matitira. X approaches 0. So you now have here an equation or an expression of one variable. Again, huwag ka na mag-L'Hopital's rule kasi makuha mo dito limit of x squared over x squared as x approaches 0. Cancel lang to. We did that. 1. So far, 1 pa lang nakuha mo. Okay. Hindi ibig sabihin na that the limit exists na dalawang arbitrary curves lang ito. Like I said, there are infinitely many curves that passes through 0, 0. Dalawang arbitrary curve lang ito. Namely, itong curve na to, okay, tsaka yung x-axis. May y-axis ka pang ito-check. So, how about y-axis? Ang y-axis, i-check mo rin, dumadaan siya indeed sa 0, 0. So, dumadaan sa y-axis. So, ang equation naman ng y-axis ay x equal to 0. So, we have here, ganun ulit, katulad lang nito, pakopyahin mo lang, pero along y-axis. And then, you replace this time x by 0. So, this is 0 squared, matitira minus y squared plus y squared. Okay? Tapos, dito, x kasi inequate mo na sa 0, matitira na lang y approaches 0. And so, you are left with limit of negative y squared over y squared as y approaches 0, and you get negative 1. And so, nakakita ka ng isang curve na hindi equal sa dalawang to. So, ganun yan, class. Pag nakakita kayo ng ganito, pag nakakita kayo, nakatatlo na kayo equal, hindi ibig sabihin 1 talaga. Kunyari 1 ito, hindi talaga 1. Kumuha pa kayo. Hanggang kumuha pa kayo, kapag nakalima na kayo, medyo yun na. Magduda na kayo. Kasi pag nakalima na kayo, usually na-exhaust mo na, nakuha mo na x-axis, y-axis, gumagamit ka na ng mga mahihiwagang curves. Okay? Talagang mga very creative curves. Kapag ganun na, Um, kasi una mong gagamiting technique, plug-in, no? Pag hindi gumana yung plug-in, itong technique na ito, yung cancel-cancel, pag hindi gumana yan, ito yung susunod mong gagamiting technique. Pag talagang puro equal ang pinapakita niya, ayan, puro equal talaga yung pinapakita, nakalima na kayo, siguro yun yung ballpark ko, di ba? Pag nakalima kayo, baka nga equal. Pag equal, mukhang equal sa 1, yan, equal sa 1, mukhang equal sa 1 yan. Halimbawa lang, pero hindi talaga. Halimbawa lang, equal sa 1. Then that's the time you use epsilon delta. Parang na siya na yung nasa last resort talaga. Kaya mas madaling magpakita ng hindi limit does not exist. Kasi pag limit exists talaga, ito yung mga katulad ng mga ganito. Matrabaho siya. Okay? So, ito yung idea of it. If there exists two distinct curves C1 and C2 that pass through AB, such that the limit of f is not equal to the limit of f as xy approaches AB along C1 is not equal to the limit of x, f of x comma y, as x comma y approaches AB along C2, then the limit of f of x comma y as xy approaches AB does not exist. So in the previous example, nakita natin na yung limit nito along x-axis, which is equal to 1, is not equal to the limit of this one along y-axis kasi yun negative 1. So it therefore shows that the limits exist. Okay. O kaya pa? O break muna? O kaya pa? Okay. Okay. Kaya hindi na kaya. Okay, tingnan natin. So, determine if xy squared over x squared plus y to the power 4 as x comma y approaches 0, 0 exists. Okay, what's the first technique? Plug in. Plug in mo. So you get 0 times 0 squared over 0 squared plus 0 to the power 4, 0 over 0. Okay, so next, may kaya ka bang i-cancel out? Wala kang kaya i-cancel out, no? X. Kasi ang nagpapasaway dito, basically, ito yung nagpapasaway. Hindi mo naman ma-cancel sa numerator yon. Okay. So, yun yung second technique niya na nagamit. Weigh as much as possible that the limit does not exist. Now, ano yung gagamitin natin technique dito? So, 0, 0, most probably, dumadaan dito sa x-axis tsaka sa y-axis. So, you can use the x-axis and y-axis. Ayan muna. O, yan yung go-to natin. Nag-jump siya agad sa technique eh. Yung trick. Pag ganito, I really urge you to use x-axis and y-axis muna. Kasi dumadaan sila sa 0, 0. Okay? Pero ingat ka sa, kunyari, x, comma y approaches 1, 1. Nasaan ang 1, 1? Ito ang 1, 1 ha. 1, 1. Hindi mo pwede gamitin dyan along x-axis. Okay? Kasi ito ang x-axis. Hindi naman dumadaan ng x-axis sa 1, 1. Hindi mo rin pwede gamitin ang y-axis sa 1, 1. Kasi hindi siya dumadaan sa 1, 1. Ang dumadaan sa 1, 1 ay y is equal to 1, tsaka x is equal to 1. Yung counterpart kanina sa ang x-axis ay y is equal to 0. Ayun na, y is equal to 1, y is equal to 0. Counterpart kasi dumadaan sa 0, 0. Kung 1, 1, y is equal to 1 and x is equal to 1. Okay? Yun yung mga go-to, go-to curves muna natin, yung mga lines. So halimbawa, meron ka dito 0, 1. 1, 0 pala, 1, 0. Sinong curve ang gagamitin natin muna? Pinakamadali. Etong curve na to, yung dumadaan, which is y is equal to 0, x-axis. Ito yun, y is equal to 0. Tsaka, x is equal to 1. Ayun yun. Nagko-correspond sa x-coordinate. Okay? So dito, ang nagko-correspond 0, 0, x-axis and y-axis. So, limit of xy squared over x squared plus y to the power 4 along C1. Ano bang C1 natin? Y is equal to 0. So, papalitan mo yung y ng 0, papalitan mo yung dito ng 0 square, ng 0 ng 0 din. So, ang matitira na lang dito, kasi yung y, sinet mo 0, x approaches 0 ka na lamang. X approaches 0. Yung numerator mo, nag-0 na yan. X times 0 squared. Yung baba mo, denominator, x squared plus 0 to the power 4. Hindi pa nag-0 to, nag-a-approach pa lang siya to 0. Pero yung numerator mo, 0 na talaga. So ang limit ng 0 over x squared as x approaches 0, ito nag-a-approach pa lang, pero ito 0 na talaga, we get here 0. Okay, next, we check the y-axis. Checking for the y-axis. This time, ang papalitan mo naman, x is equal to 0. So, x here becomes 0, y multiplied by y squared all over 0 squared plus y to the power 4. Okay. Again, dito, y approaches 0 na lamang. Now, itong numerator mo, mag-zero na siya. Yung denominator mo, y to the power 4 pa lang. So you get your 0 over y to the power 4 as y approaches 0. Pero dahil nag-approach pa lang ito ng 0, ito, numerator, 0 na talaga. 0 divided by something approaching 0, 0. Okay. The limit is still does not exist. Dalawang curves pa lang ito, x-axis and y-axis. So hindi pa ine-ensure na yung curve nag-exist. Subukan natin yung ibang curve. Y is equal to x. Ang y is equal to x, ito yun, no? Dumadaan siya dito. I'll give you a technique later on kung anong curve ang mga maganda gamitin. Y is equal to x. So, pag y is equal to x, um, we're going to replace y by x. So x times x squared over x squared plus x to the power 4. Since x approaches 0, okay, so x is equal to y is equal to 0. So x approaches 0. We obtain here x cubed over x squared plus x to the power 4. Yung iba, maglo-L'Hopitals pa talaga. Pero dito, pwede mo na i-cancel ang x squared times x over x squared times 1 plus x squared. Cancel yung x squared. So matitira, x over 1 plus x squared. Then we substitute 0. We substitute 0, you get 0 over 1 plus 0 squared, which is 0. Pangatlo na yan. So, kinukuha ba na kayo? Baka 0 yung limit natin. Pag mukhang nakalima na kayo, at mukha talagang 0, epsilon delta na. Yun. Papakita mo na limit of xy squared over x squared plus y to the power 4 minus 0. Yan na yung less than epsilon. Epsilon delta na kayo. So, don't get disheartened or discouraged. Pakita pa. So, try natin yung x is equal to y squared. And isipin niyo, paano naisip yan? You really have to be creative with your curves here. So, let's see to be the parabola x is equal to y squared. Then, papalitan natin yung x ngayon dito by y squared. So, y squared multiplied by y squared over y to the power 4 plus y to the power 4. Oh, ensure pala natin, no? Dumadaan ba ang x equal to y squared sa 0, 0? Nakalimutan na natin yun, dumediretso na ako. Dumadaan siya kasi it's a parabola opening to the right. So dumadaan siya sa 0, 0. So pwede mo nga gamitin ito. Okay. So, palitan natin ngayon itong x by y squared, itong x squared by y squared. So you get y to the power 4. And since y here, siya yung independent parameter, y approaches 0. So simplifying, we get y squared times y squared over y to the power 4 plus y to the power 4. So etong part na to, magiging y to the power 4 over 2y to the power 4, cancel to, we get limit of 1 half as y approaches 0. But the limit of a constant is just a constant 1 half. And you have to be happy kasi may nakita kang isang number na hindi equal sa 0. Dahil hindi siya equal sa 0, automatic, since the limits along C1 and C2 are not equal, the limit of xy squared over x squared plus y to the power 4 as xy approaches 0, 0 does not exist. Okay? Pwede na kayo makahinga ng math, no? Ang nga pala, class, hindi ibig sabihin na sa 0, 0 lang siya does not exist, ha? Baka sa 1, 0 nag-exist yan. Kasi pag 1, 0, you get here 1 times 0 squared over 1 squared plus 0 to the power 4. You get there 0 over 1. So you get 0. So nag-exist yung limit sa 1, 0. Kasi baka isipin niyo, the limit does not exist entirety. Hindi. Sa isang ano lang, isang point lang. Pero baka sa ibang point, nag-exist. Okay? Question so far? Okay, so ano yung technique para mahanap yung ano, yung mga special curves? Kumbaga ito yung curve na nagpasaway. Ito ang technique. Tignan mo yung ratio ng x and y. Tignan mo yung ratio. Ano yung ratio nila? 1:2. So, 1:2. So, ayun yun na. 1:2. Yun yung gamitin mo. X is equal to y squared. Kasi ganito yun dito eh. 2:4. So, it can be reduced to 1:2. So, you can use x is equal to y squared. Yun yung technique. Tignan mo yung ratio no exponents natin. Okay? Question? Kaya pa? O break? Okay, continue pala. Tibay talaga natin. Okay. A function of two variables. Ito na. So pagkatapos ng limits, ang next concept, continuity. So a function f of two variables is said to be continuous at the point a, b, provided the following conditions are satisfied. Ano ba yung conditions natin for continuity? Pag f of a, b exists, or usually yung ginagamit natin is defined. No? Is defined. Kasi algebraic part ito. Algebra lang to. So pag nag-plug ka, may value ka talaga. F of A, B exists, or it's defined. Limit of f of x comma y exists as x comma y approaches A comma B. Ito yung may hirap na part ipakita. Nag-exist. And the limit of this one here is equal to f of A comma B. So, katulad ng limit does not exist, mas madaling magpakita that a function is not continuous or discontinuous. Ipakita mo lang na hindi satisfy itong isang to. Pag hindi na satisfy itong isang to, automatic, discontinuous na. O in fact, kahit ito nga eh. Pero kung 0/0 kasi ang nakuha, ano, does not exist na yun na kung 0/0. Hindi na siya continuous. Pero ito yung go-to usually na. Now, pag papakita mo yung discontinuous, may dalawa, nung Math 83 tayo, there are three types. Namely, removable, jump essential, tsaka infinite essential. Ngayon sa Math 85, dalawa na lang. Namely, it's removable discontinuity and essential discontinuity. Hindi natin kailangan i-justify kung jump or infinite essential. Either one of them. So if f is continuous at a comma b, what? Limit of f. Okay. So, kung discontinuous, eto, nag-exist. Eto yung mahirap ipakita. Nag-exist. Then f is said to have a removable discontinuity at AB. So, eto, pwedeng hindi na-satisfied. Eto yung na-satisfied na part. On the other hand, if the limit does not exist, automatically, eto, wala na talaga, we have an essential discontinuity. So, ang pinakamadaling ipakita lahat, essential discontinuity. Yun yung ginagawa natin so far yun. Yung itong ini-invalidate natin yung existence ng limits by showing two curves. Okay? So, ano yung mga techniques natin ulit para maano? Kapag polynomial, plug in lang. F of A, B. Pag hindi kaya ng plug in, tignan kung kayang may makancel, no? Yung maka-cancel, yung na-cancel yung ano dito, x squared minus y squared. X squared minus y squared times x squared plus y squared over x squared plus y squared. Yun yung third technique. Dito plug in yung una. And last technique, hindi yung gagamit kayo ng tatlong curves lang ha, or apat, five, six random curves lang, sabihin nyo, the limit exists. Hindi. Kapag talagang sure na kayo, epsilon delta. Kaya mahirap talaga itong part na to. Kaya pinakamadaling magpakita, essential discontinuity. So, let's look at this one. Determine if f of x comma y equal to x squared minus y squared over x squared plus y squared is continuous at 0,0. Classify any discontinuity as removable or essential. So pag pinagi mo yung 0,0, undefined na siya. Okay. Diba? 0/0. So clearly, discontinuous na siya. Yun eh. Hindi na satisfy to eh. Itong una pa lang. So clearly, discontinuous. We just have to um, identify kung yung discontinuity natin ay essential or removable. Pero nakita natin kanina sa solution natin dito, ito, na ang limit nito along along this curve or ano na lang, along x-axis is equal to 1 at along y-axis ay equal sa -1. So the limit does not exist na agad. Okay? So the limit does not exist. At dahil yung the limit does not exist, as a part na to, automatic yung discontinuity natin, it's an essential discontinuity at 0, 0. So, not only that the limit does not exist, ang classification pa natin, we have an essential discontinuity at 0, 0. So again, like I said, madali magpakita ng essential discontinuity. Okay. Okay, next. How about determine if g of x comma y, xy squared over x squared plus y to the power 4 is continuous at 0, 0. Classify any discontinuity as removable or essential. So pag plinout in yung 0, 0, you will get 0/0. Clearly, undefined na agad yung function g mo doon. So dahil undefined na, discontinuous na siya automatically. We just have to identify ulit kung ano yung discontinuity. Pero nakita natin kanina, nung trinay natin yung x-axis and y-axis, ang nakuha natin limit, 0 and 0. Pero nung trinay natin yung x is equal to y squared, ang nakuhang limit, 1/2. So 0 is not equal to 1/2. So dahil 0 is not equal to 1/2, we therefore obtain na ito ay the limit does not exist and therefore we have an essential discontinuity at 0, 0. Okay? Pero kadalasan ba essential discontinuity? Yan ang pinakamadaling pakita. Essential discontinuity. So magpakita tayo ng isang example na na katakot-takot. Okay. Determine if h of xy equal to 3x squared y over x squared plus y squared is continuous at 0, 0. Classify any discontinuity as removable or essential. If you plug in 0, 0, we get 3 times 0 squared times 0 over 0 squared plus 0 squared. We indeed get 0/0. Undefined agad si h doon. Okay? Undefined na siya, automatic, discontinuous na siya. The question is, ano original discontinuity? Is it removable or essential? So, dahil ito, hindi siya magpo-fall doon sa category ng x squared minus y squared plus times x squared plus y squared over x squared plus y squared. Yung nakakancel. Hindi mo makakancel to eh. So, hindi pwede gamitin yung technique na yon. Moreover, nagbigay na ng hint dito na kahit anong curve, ano ba mga dumadaan sa 0, 0? X-axis, y-axis, um, ano ratio nila? 2:1. 2:1, kasi dito may 2:2 po. So, pwede mo rin gamitin ang, kasi 2:1, x squared is equal to y, or y is equal to x squared. Dumadaan naman yung sa 0, 0. Pwede mo gamitin din yan. Check mo. Pag chinek ka ba, tingnan natin. Kung papalitan mo to by x squared, 3x squared times x squared over x squared plus x squared squared, we get 3x to the power 4 over x squared plus x to the power 4. So we get 3x squared times x squared over x squared times 1 plus x squared. Cancel, cancel. We get 3x squared over 1 plus x squared. If we plot limit as x approaches 0 na lang siya. 0 to 0/1. So 0, 1. So mukhang mag sinabi na dito mag-0 siya. But the question here, ayan na. Kapag kumuha kayo ng isang katutak na curves talaga, lumagpas na kayo ng 5, 6, nakasampu na kayo na curves, talagang zero ang lumalabas. Mukhang zero talaga. Pag ganyan, epsilon delta na kayo. Now, kaya sa pagbibigay ng exam, hindi kasi ako magbibigay ng exam, hindi ako magbibigay ng ganitong mga tanong kasi mahirap yan. So, let's just look at it, tingin, tingin natin. Kasi pag napakita mo that the limit indeed exists, removable discontinuity ang meron ka at 0, 0. So dahil removable discontinuity ka, we can redefine H as such. H tilde is equal to 3x squared y over x squared plus y squared. Babaguhin natin to if x comma y is not equal to 0, 0. Kasi di ba pag removable, tinatanggal natin ka. And kapag ang x comma y mo equal sa 0, 0, ang z value niya, 0. Yan yung ginagawa natin ng math. 3. Okay, tingnan nga lang natin yung power nito. So, we have here, katakot-takot ang epsilon delta nito. Limit, pakihan na, let epsilon be positive. Absolute value of 3x squared y over x squared plus y squared minus 0 is less than epsilon if we have here square root of x minus 0 squared plus y minus 0 squared is between 0 and delta. We can simplify this between 0 and delta. Ito lang yun, ha? And ito yung makukuha natin dito. 3x squared y over x squared plus y squared is less than epsilon. Now, we can express this as 3 times x squared absolute value of y all over absolute value of x squared plus y squared. May mga absolute value yan. Kaso drinop na natin yung absolute value kasi um, positive, ano naman to, ito positive, ito non-negative. So walang problema. Ito na yung matitira. Ang goal mo, lumabas ito. And so far, wala pa sa itsura na ito mag-a-appear dito. So, gagamit na tayo ng mga cheat. Ano yung una nating cheat dito? So, study this cheats very well. We get here, mag-a-add tayo ng y squared sa numerator. Pag mag-add tayo ng y squared sa numerator, pwede mo na makancel to. So, 3 absolute value of y is less than epsilon. So, we get this part here. Pero ito yung gusto mo lumabas, no? So, may another cheat na naman tayo. 3 squared of y squared. At itong isang to, equal yan dito. Ano yung cheat na gagawin natin pag sinulat mo ng ganito? Magdadagdag tayo ng x squared. So x squared plus y squared. So 3 squared of x squared plus y squared is less than epsilon. And so we finally get squared of x squared plus y squared is less than epsilon over 3. May relationship ba tayo between delta and epsilon? Namely, take delta to be equal to epsilon over 3. That way, for every epsilon, there exists a delta equal to epsilon over 3 such that kapag nasatisfy ng squared of x minus 0 squared plus y minus 0 squared is between 0 and delta, then absolute of value of f of x minus y, f of x comma y minus L is, etong part na to, eto lang yon, minus 0 is equal to this. Ito yung nasolve natin kanina, itong part lang na ito. Okay, ito na yung daya. So, itong part na to, x squared plus y squared, kasi pag nagdagdag ka ng y squared, indeed, mas lalaki ka na. Kasi non-negative ito eh. Nagdagdag ka. Tapos ito, itong part na ito ay square root of y squared. Equal lang yan sa absolute value of y. Pero kapag dinagdagan mo yung y squared ng x squared sa loob, sino na mas malaki? Ito na yung mas malaki. So, ayun yon. So, parang mas pinalaki mo pa to. Kaya ito yung cheat natin. Pinagsama na natin yung dalawang cheats natin. And then, magka-cancel to. Ito yung matitira, equal. Pero itong part na to, less than delta. Pero ang delta equals epsilon over 3. So, maka-cancel is equal to epsilon. And yun, napakita tuloy natin na removable discontinuity ang meron tayo. So, hindi laging essential. Pero, like I said, paano na palabas itong zero, itong part na ito, after siguro niya sa katutak na curves na ginawa, curve 1, curve 2, curve 3, curve 4, curve 5, siguro mabot kayo ng curve 6. Hindi ko ba talaga kayo zero? Baka zero nga talaga. Okay? Baka. Pero we're hinging our fate sa bakal. So, baka nakasampu ka na, naka-20 ka na, mukha talagang zero. Baka zero nga talaga. Okay? So we have the following remark. Polynomial functions and rational functions are continuous on their domain. So ito na, kanina limit exists, ngayon continuous na. So dito walang problema ang polynomial at rational. They're continuous on their domains. A composition of continuous function is again continuous. Halimbawa, g of x is equal to sine x, continuous sa domain na. And furthermore, h of x, y, given ka ng 3x squared y minus x cubed y to the power 4 plus 1, continuous siya sa R2. Ito yung domain niya, R2. So, kapag nagpakilala ka or etong nagpakilala ka ng bagong function, f x, y, where x here is replaced by h of x comma y, we get sine of 3x squared y minus x cubed y to the power 4 plus 1 is again continuous on R2. Dalawang variable, kaya R2, hindi lang R. R2 tayo. So ito yung composition. Ano pang ibang operations ng functions? Sum, difference, or product are also continuous function. Of continuous functions are also continuous. And, a quotient of continuous function is continuous except where the denominator is zero. Makes sense. Kung saan nagpapa-zero yung denominator, hindi siya continuous ka. Example of continuous functions in R2 are the following. X e to the power xy plus y to the power 2/3. Ito kasi ano ba to? Radical ito, pero kahit ano naman i-plug mo sa y kasi naka-square naman, kahit negative, okay lang. Ito naman continuous. So continuous ito. Ito, big function, absolute value function, continuous function to lahat. Ito rin, ito, saan siya magiging continuous siya, saan siya magiging discontinuous class? Magiging discontinuous ba sa 0, 0? Hindi, di ba? Kasi pag plinogin mo yung 0, we get 1 plus 0 squared plus 0 squared. Yung numerator mo, 0 times 0. We get 3, 0. Okay? Tempting na sabihin, teka lang, may ano eh. Sabihin niya tempting na, may variable sa baba eh. Pwede yan. Pwede mo gawin to 1 plus x squared plus y squared is equal to 0. So you get x squared plus y squared. Iwan mo lahat ng variables sa left-hand side, equate mo sa negative 1. Pero ito, non-negative ito. Pero ito, negative. So clearly, hindi pwede yon. So wala. Hindi ito ma-invalidate. So continuous ito. Okay? And that's it. Ooh, I'm so course. Questions so far? Yan lang yan. Limits and continuity pa lang. Okay, 1 hour pa na. Sige, tapos. Again, tignan natin yung sa mga tapos yung next. Per break muna tayo. Balik tayo ng 12 o'clock. Okay naman? Ilan minutes po. Okay? Sige, let's be back at 12 o'clock. Gagawa ko ng bagong recording. Okay.